Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Busters Taste Challenge. I have two 40% alcohol gold rums. This is a famous one, Cruzan, aged rum, origin of St. Croix, the island of St. Croix. People that live on the island are called Cruzan. Introduced in 1760. This company was founded in 1760. That's an old rum company. Back when it was the Danish Virgin Islands. Denmark used to own these islands, and they were sold to the United States in 1917. All right. Bottled, aged, and blended. I think they don't bottle it first. Oh, I'm sorry. Distilled, aged, and blended by Cruzan International, St. Croix, Virgin Islands. I think it's bottled actually in Illinois, I'm not mistaken, but a lot of these are imported, like Bacardi's bottled in Jacksonville, Florida. It's aged 2 to 4 years, which means it's a blend of rums. The youngest 2 years old, the oldest 4 years old. It's not just one rum that they sometimes age 2, 3, or 4 years. Here's Kings Bay Gold, tropical island style, gold Caribbean inspired rum with natural flavor, which I think the flavoring is probably vanilla. This is produced in Kentucky. It used to be imported from the Caribbean islands, but they rebuilt a distillery in the Glenmore Distillery in Owensboro, Kentucky, and now it's produced in Kentucky for Safeway stores. Actually, any Albertsons store that sells liquor, because Albertsons bought Safeway, so that's who owns the trademark. Okay, and I bought this at Albertsons in Louisiana, and it was $5.99. And it looked like they stopped producing this size bottle, and now they only make the big handles, which are on sale for $13.99. Okay, so it's an attractive label for a private label. Now, Cruzan, you can find at most every liquor store. It's an international brand. It's one of the most famous rum brands in the world. And a lot of people buy it. I paid $9.99 at Winn-Dixie for it. Good price. No, I think I paid $8.99. It was on sale, believe it or not. Some crazy price like that. It was like really cheap at the time. But I was very happy to get it. Okay, anyway, so low price for both of these, especially the Kings Bay. Tommy Carroll, good morning, Louisiana Liquor Reviews. Enjoy the new time and have a blessed Sunday. You too. Yeah, the time is great. Now I can do Dawn Busters again. I see the daylight coming into play. Well, you can see the Cruzan is dark. It's gold. This one is just a tinge of gold. It's very pale. So no coloring added, but the aging must be very minimal. Maybe they put it in oak barrels for 3 months, something like that. Probably ex-bourbon barrels, considering it's produced in Kentucky by a company that mainly makes bourbon. So that would make sense, wouldn't it? I'll show you the website listing. Cruzan aged dark rum. The rum that started it all. Cruzan aged dark is an exquisite blend of rums. Like I said, a blend of rums aged 2 to 4 years in charred oak casks for a smooth, medium-bodied, and aromatic sipper. Probably also ex-bourbon barrels. Would almost guarantee that, but I can't guarantee it. Then there's the flavor and other ideas you can do with it, cocktail ideas and so forth. I'm not going to go into all that. Here's Kings Bay. On sale for $13.99. Ingredients, molasses, although there is a flavoring added. They don't put that as an ingredient, but it is an ingredient. Like I say, I think it's vanilla. There's the producer, and they don't say the founder's company if you look carefully who they say. Okay. Now, do they sell Cruzan at Albertsons? I think they do. recipe. Did I say recipe? Okay, $10.99. Okay, $2 more than I paid, or $1. You can find it around. I'm telling you, if you look around for Cruzan, you can get deals on it. I don't know why they sell it so inexpensively, but they do. And who's complaining? I'm not. All right. Delivery. I don't think I'd be paying to have it delivered. Oh man. Okay, let's see something here. $13.99 divided by 1750 times 750, $5.99.5. So the price is the same per ounce if you get it in the bottle I got, which is no longer the size available, that size no longer available, or the big bottle. So you're not saving or losing any money one to the other. Okay, don't think this is going to be much of a challenge. Kings Bay is all right. It's good. Actually, I gave it a B. No knock against it, but to go up against a classic like Cruzan, can't see that happening. I don't think it has a credible chance, but let's go. Sweet, oaky, full, yeasty. Even more sweet, oaky, full, and yeasty. This has a much more bountiful aroma. It's got to be the Cruzan, considering, about a 3-year age. The blend averages out to about 3 years in the oak, charred oak barrels. So that's probably making a big influence. This one, like a little oaky, kind of alcohol fumey. We expect for $5.99. This one, rich molasses, charred oak, more charred oak, a lot of character. This is the Cruzan, there's no doubt. And it is. I don't need to look at the tags, it's so much darker. All right, so would it be worth buying the Cruzan? Well, it depends if you want to save money or don't. If you say, well, I don't care, I'm just going to make some cocktails, and if it's a shallow flavor for that's that low price per ounce, I'll get the handle for $13.99 instead of paying $10.99 for this. Save $3 and get 1,000 extra milliliters. That would be a smart move. But if you say no, I insist, I got to have a better, more bountiful flavor. I don't want to sell myself short on a bland product. This is not exactly bland, but it's heading toward bland. This one is definitely not in any way bland. Cruzan is definitely not a bland product. Such a good flavor. It's inexpensive, but it's not cheap and it's not junky. It's good. So take your pick, but I know I'd pick the Cruzan. Would I buy it again? I would, theoretically. I would have about 25. I have about 1/3 of it left, about 34% of it left. And it's going to last a good while. So the winner, clear and present winner, Cruzan. Now, if I bring in the Cruzan blackstrap molasses, that would be a joke of a challenge because I wouldn't confuse anything with that blackstrap molasses. I've never tasted molasses I never tasted a rum like that. It tastes like pancake syrup. It's a really strange flavor. And I think Total Wine had it mispriced, or it was a super sale, but they didn't have a sale sign. I found that Estate Diamond, which is their higher level products, Estate Diamond for $8.99. Now, when I saw that, I thought, that's a mistake. I bet when I get to Total Wine, it's going to be like $28.99. But no, I went over there. It was on the shelf, $8.99, which I thought was really strange. And then when I went back about a month later, the price has significantly increased. So maybe they did price it incorrectly and they realized they needed to make a correction. So I don't understand that, but I'm not going to sit there and lecture a store on what their prices need to be. It was, the tag said Cruzan aged rum. It scanned at the register, $8.99. Cruzan, blackstrap Estate Diamond. I enjoyed some Jack's Abbey Helles Lager, very good brew. Yeah, we don't get their beers. I hear about Jack's Abbey all the time. People say, oh yeah, it's so good, And I believe them. Look at the daylight coming in, but we can't get it. Can't get Hot Butcher for the World. Can't get Firestone Walker. Can't get a lot of stuff, actually. Oh, well. That's the way it is. All right, so now I'm going to go turn on the news, 6 a.m. news, because Central Time here. It's 5:57 Central Standard Time. But I plan to come back tomorrow with another Cruzan rum versus Kings Bay. But like I say, it's not going to be a real challenge. So if you skip it, I would say, yeah, well, I can understand skipping it. But if you're interested in just talking about it, you can join in. And then we got some other rums. Castillo, famous brand from Bacardi. I think they bought it. It was like a different company, and they bought it, and it went into effect in 1914. Or it might have always been a budget brand. They just have a pretend name on it, Castillo and Company. But I get the impression that they bought it, and it does come from 1914. I could go do the trademark research and see about that. Murphy Salino says, thank you. You're welcome. And thank you for watching. And then I have the Bacardi Gold, the one that everybody sees. I got Bacardi 8-year aged, which is about $30 a bottle. And I got Bacardi 10-year aged, 10-year Grand Diaz Reserve, Grand Diaz. That's around $40 a bottle. But when you hear the price I paid, you'd be shocked. And I was shocked. I'm still shocked. Any idea what you plan for Stout Sunday? Yes. I have Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Aged Milk Stout from Lexington Brewery. It's a wonderful product. Fabulous. Some of their stuff is kind of hit or miss. Like everything they make isn't great. But they kind of like take chances. You know what I mean? Like they'll put stuff out that's wild, like tangerine flavored, cream ale, and other kind of unusual products. But they do it. They don't care. They just do it, And they don't seem to run after fads too much. They just kind of stick to their kind of quirky game plan. They're also a pet food company. That's how they got started. They noticed that a lot of the stuff they used in pet food could be used to make beer, like grain and whatnot. So they started doing that in 1999 as a sideline. And now it's a big part of the company. But anyway, cheers to Cruzan for your excellent product. And by the end of the week, we should be finished with rum and on to tequila. Now, people love the tequila reviews, including myself, the tequila reviews and challenges. So that'll be interesting. And it's a silver tequila, a clear one. So, all right, bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Happy Sunday, All Souls Day, 2025.